Hello, I'm Joni. It's Trinket Tuesday, so I have a box of trinkets. Actually, Artie was recording this where I was taking everything out, and then something went wrong. And so now, instead of pretending that I didn't already unpack it, I'm just going to put it all back in, and we'll look at it as I was putting it away. I decided to get out this box of jewelry and different jewelries, and so it's just at the end. I only had like these few little things left. And then something happened. I really love this. It's all kind of tangled. I was already trying, but look at these little beads there. And then look at these leaves. I love these. I think these would really be pretty hanging from a fairy journal, the fairy journal. So I wanted to use that. So I'll untangle that, and I think I'm going to hang it, in parts. Sorry. With that, I really love the leaves. It's very cute. So that's going in here. I had a butterfly. Pin. Oops, whoa. Stab nobody. My goodness. By the way, Trinket Tuesday is hosted by the Preppy Crafter Girl. Sorry, Preppy Crafty Girl. A little locket. And if you want to jump in on this, we just share our trinkets. You can make a craft with your trinkets, or you can just share them. I'm just sharing them. It reminds me what I have. I kind of organize it a little. There's some buttons. I love that one. That one is also very, very pretty. I have another little flower here. Some of these are on cards, and I kind of think, I don't know if I want to take them off the cards or not. That was a swan. There's a star. I really liked this one too. I think that one's really pretty. And then here's another set of leaves that I also think are really cool. There's some little earrings. Some little flowers. Some more flowers. Looks like just one little piece there. Some really pretty cufflinks. I had to look at the back to remember what they're called. And I've got some little paisley type earrings. I guess I should come over here. Where's the camera? There. Fashion earrings. I didn't necessarily pay this for these. I get them like everyone else. They get a little keychain of a heart. I think that's very cute. ROTC. With the little wheats. I figured I could just cover that up. This is like a lanyard, keychain kind of thing. But it's really neat, and I thought it might make a neat border or something around something. Some flowers. So these would be great in the little 3D projects. You could always hang charms from these or earrings, but put those on a journal and hang the charms. There's some more little earrings. There's cubes. Don't know when you might need a metal cube, a little silver cube. I'll set these to the side. These I won't put back in. These are some little kitties. Because, well, I probably will put them in here, but I've got some a kitty pile, collection of kitty things. I really like this one too. Funny kitties. Crazy cat. These were some other earrings that were kind of neat looking. So, when you're making miniatures, doll houses, and things like that, my little shadow boxes, and then the junk journals, these things are fun. This is like a little Greyhound bust lapel pin, or tie pin, but it popped off, but I decided I'm not going to bother gluing it, because I'll probably just use it on something. I really like it. There is some gold chain that might come in handy for some project. I'm sure I'll find something that I will need that for. There's a few different bracelets in here, which are also really pretty. These are some little earrings that, oops, I think that one is upside. Oh, I can't get it. But anyway, they come down below your ear. So that's cute. I'm sure we can find something. I don't wear jewelry. This is kind of a neat bracelet. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think that one's kind of neat. I'm sure I could find something, but suggestions are always welcome. There's like those. Here's another. Look at all the fun little tops that you can get with that bracelet. So you know that would be fun to take apart. You could really get some cute stuff from there. Here is another lanyard of nothing but beads. I really like this bead. It's got kind of a I don't know. Scratch. I don't know. This one is a neat one too. It's got, you know, one that's a bead. And it's a trim bead. So it's, sorry. It's a trim bead. It's not, you know, they're not beads. It's trim, but then it's got this white chain. So I kind of like that white chain. 2 strands of that on there. Here is, this little bracelet is really pretty. It's got these little flower. Some of the little gems are out of the flowers, but not out of all of them. Can you see it? Right there, little flower. So that bracelet's kind of neat. And some more little flower earrings, I believe these are. Those will be neat in a 3D box. And then these, when I was showing them a minute ago, before I had to start this over, I realized these, I've got to start trying to find me more silver bracelets, because I struggle to find rings small enough that I can afford to make my tiny little crochet thingamabobbers, which I don't have one next to me to show you, but no, bummer. Yeah. Well, hang on. I do have one. I'll just have to stick it back up when I'm done. Okay, he's a little... he's a little dusty. He's old. But that's one of my little things I make. And so these rings, you know, you find them, and I think this one's on a bracelet, a plastic bracelet. Yep, it is. Look. And, but they run the risk of breaking. And I just realized, why hadn't I ever thought of this? I thought of the plastic bracelets, but my dumb head had never thought, oh, you got little metal bracelets. So I'm going to have to keep my eye out. He lives up here in front of me, so just have him, you know, pinned up there. So he'll go back over there. Here, you can hang out in here while we're looking. He wants to see the jewelry. That's like a name tag, you know, from a department store. So I thought I would, you know, cover that. And then I've got another bracelet. It's kind of fun looking. There's a little kids beady bracelet. Some dangly. These are my trinkets today. They're just jewelry, but they would be trinkets. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of when am I going to make it. These are all beads. This is separate beads. This is not, you know, these are separate. So it's not, it'll come apart. I can't remember what I was trying to say there. Here's another one that's really pretty with a lot of pretty beads on it. I love all the crystal and sparkles. So I can take this apart. I happen to have inherited my grandmother's costume jewelry. And they're around my house, but I have most of them hanging up in here. A couple of my favorites in my bedroom, but I have a lot of them. I won't touch those. I can't touch those. I mean, I realize that I might use them in my project. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it would be something that I could specifically know that in that project, that's my grandmother's beads, because, you know, so it would be the only thing. There's like a tooth charm. And so having things like this, I can kind of play with before I, you know, because I realize that once I'm gone, I mean, what value do they have? They're just all old Avon. And I know somebody go, oh, Avon people collect, but look, the $20 or $30, I do not have anything up there. All together, I could sell them all and make maybe $400 or $500 out of my grandmother's jewelry. But that is not even close to what the value is to me. So I'm not going to do that. I don't need that many. You know, those are really pretty. I love these little owl, like mother of pearl, and they're little pins. Aren't those cute? I love those. And then this is like, you know, a torch. So this could go on a lot of different things. You know, if you're doing an Olympic journal or something like that. But I really would probably put it on one of my, you know, historical ones. And then these I found, and I thought these would be so cute to put in a dragon, in the dragon journal. Oh, it's like the dragon claw. So not exactly sure what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do these. Like a lapel pin and the tie tacks. And then, excuse me. Okay. And then that is like a little hanging. It looked like it had most of its sparkles, so it's still good. Then I've got some little tie tacks here. A few little tie tacks. They're very, retro. I'd say, I'm not sure. My guess is going to be at the earliest, maybe in the late 60s, late 70s. But these kind of look real 80s to me. These kind of remind me of the pins my dad would have worn, So, but either way, I think those are neat. And I mean, when you look at these just scream 80s to me. I don't know about you. You tell me. I knew a lot of people in suits. It just seemed like in the 80s. That's what everybody's wearing. But it could have been more, earlier or later. I don't know. I think this is neat too. It's a tie pin, but it's a tiny golf club. Ah! So I love that. And then for my circus, I found this tie clip and cufflinks that are peanuts. And I actually, because they will just, they'll hold like a hook. I really think that I might just have them hang from the charm or the, the tassel. Just have the little peanuts hang. And that way you can tell that they're actually cufflinks. And then maybe have that clipped in the book somewhere. But I kind of think it's fun to know that they're cufflinks. I don't know why. And then I found a few little Christmas things, and I'm done. Well, this isn't Christmas. A little pretty fall leaf. I think that's really pretty. So I'm going to keep that out. And then I found some Christmas things. So first was this little charm bracelet. I'd forgotten I'd had this. This is all stuff. That's why I really appreciate you doing this little Trinket Tuesday collab or hashtag, because I'm, it's encouraging me where I wouldn't have even bothered looking at it. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. I've got to go find something. And so now I'm getting a chance to look at it. I really like the little reindeer. So these are fun beads. That can definitely be used. I kept that one out. There's a little pen. And there's another one. It's kind of a neon sparkle snowflake. So that one's neat. Yep. That's it. That's my trinket box. Yep. So there we go. I'll hang my little owl back up. And thank you for checking out my Trinket Tuesday. We'll see you next Tuesday. I don't know what I'm going to pick next. I said I was going to pick a drawer every Tuesday, but then I just looked at those drawers and I was sitting here and I go, I don't really want to do the drawers. I just looked at those drawers. Even though I didn't go through them, I looked at them. And so that didn't interest me. So I thought, ooh, I've got some little, crayon boxes full of trinkets and junk. Let me go grab one of those. So that's what we did here. So it's kind of fun to see everything. All right. I will see everybody later. Have a good day. Bye.